Hello, fellow psychonauts. Today I wanted to talk about spiritualism, and more specifically, my current views on spiritualism. I first want to briefly talk about my previous conceptions on spirit, and then I want to talk about what my current perspectives on spirit is, and then I'll finish up by talking about how morals play into it, and I'm gonna leave questions about God and the afterlife for potentially other videos. So in my past videos, I made the assumption that materialism was synonymous with reductionism, which is a view that means that everything can be reduced to nothing but this or simply that. To me, reductionism was a way of thinking that sucked emotion, mystery, and humanity from our understanding of the universe and our experience of it. I consider myself an idealist, as in mind is fundamental to physical reality. Being on this platform and spreading my ideas online, I've always felt the weight of responsibility to not give out misinformation. This weight really pushed me to perpetually challenge my philosophical stance and my core beliefs, because I know I could become too easily attached to my beliefs and my assumptions. What I've come to learn over time is just how important gaining an objective consensus is to functioning and operating in this reality. What led me to this position was largely motivated as a reaction to climate crisis deniers and the rise in fascist followers, both of which heavily depend on extremely dangerous strains of pseudoscience. And I know that there may be flaws within scientific practice, such as capitalistic bias and prejudice on an individual level as well as a societal level. However, the effort to obtain objective and confirmable answers is proving to be imperative to sustaining life on this planet. We need to be able to place our trust in and contribute to a field in which people rigorously peer-review data rather than put faith in things, though we may feel passionate about, we cannot prove. And I'm not saying that if we cannot prove something, then that thing has no merit, but rather these unprovable things need to be handled with considerable skepticism. Materialism, I've come to learn, should not be reductive in its outlook, but rather a true analysis of our material conditions should reveal the infinite complexity of our reality. The philosophical theories of systems and emergence have helped me begin to understand this complexity. Emergence is the process of coming into being, or of becoming important or prominent. Emergence in system theory states that what we may think of as separate and static objects are actually composed of numerous interoperating parts. For example, a pencil is actually composed of trillions of molecules floating around that do not resemble the pencil itself. So you can think of what we know as the pencil as an emergent quality of the trillions of tinier parts that compose it. These smaller parts work together as a system, and if one atom or molecule hypothetically had awareness, it would most likely be unaware of the emergent quality of the system, i.e. being a pencil. The molecule doesn't know it's a pencil. How this has affected my interpretation of spirit is that what is perceived as my spirit, my personality, my integrity, my animacy, the gleam in my eyes, is all an emergent quality of a great number of processes. My personality, as scary as it may be to consider, can be endlessly altered and rearranged by directly tampering with my brain and/or by life experiences influencing me. My core identity is under constant transformation, and if it is true that there is a core essence of me, then it would be the material that composes not only me, but all of reality. And what material and reality is a topic for another video. So this sort of iridescence upon metabolism theory is what I've been leaning to toward my conception of spirit. And I've come to realize that spirituality, morality, and politics, though they influence each other, they are not the same thing. For example, I've heard a lot of times that people say that what the world needs right now is more spiritualism, but I have found no evidence, or at least not a strong enough correlation between people with having strong spiritual values and actually enacting good moral responsibility. A lot of times morals are tacked onto our conceptions of spirituality, but they do not dictate whether a person is moral or sticks to those values. These things are more separate. And I could bring up plenty of examples of religious people and spiritual people who have committed heinous crimes, but it's not really necessary. I think you know what I'm talking about. So in short, our conceptions of spirituality don't properly reflect our morality necessarily. And I just want people to consider that. I also have a more laissez-faire attitude towards other people's spiritual beliefs. I'm not really into debating the existence of God with people or trying to disprove people's beliefs. I take more of a Hamilton Morris method where I don't say that there isn't a God, but rather it doesn't have good explanatory value for me in my quest of understanding the universe. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and like. If you want to help me pay my bills, then there's a Patreon link down in the description. And I have no doubt that all of you have your own conceptions of spirituality, so please feel free to talk about it and discuss these things in the comments below. All right, take care everyone. Trip safe.